Hello everybody, it's Wendy, and today we are going to make the necklace, the bracelets to go with our necklace and earrings we made from the Bargain Bead Box March 2023 edition, which is called Art Deco Luxe. So this is the necklace. It's kind of hard to get it to hang right when it's laying on the table, but there's that one, and there's the earrings. And we're going to make 3 bracelets that are stackable that can match this. Okay, so let me get these out of the way, and I will link the videos for this. And first of all, our encouraging word for today is 2 Corinthians 5:7, and it is, I will walk by faith even when I cannot see. Alrighty. Okay, so what you're going to need for this. So it looks like a lot, but it's really not. I've got some 6mm jump rings here, okay, and some 3mm jump rings. So little 3mm, little 6mm. We'll use probably some of each one. We'll see here. So there they are. I have got 3 12mm jump rings, 3 lobster clasps. I have this drop from the box and these 2 drops from the box. Okay. I have 3 lengths of 20 gauge wire. These are right around 5.5 inches. Okay, I have 1 ball head pin. Not sure why I have that ball head pin. Oh, now I know. I remember. Sorry. And I've got some lengths of chain. So I have a very tiny wrist. My wrist is 6 inches. So I have measured this chain out at 6.5 inches in length. Yeah, right at 6.5 inches. And then I have 2 pieces here. And I'm not sure how long I'm going to keep these. It will depend upon the string of beads that I put in the middle. So, but I've done that 3 times. So this length of chain, these 2 lengths, and then this length. And they're all 6.5 inches. And then I've cut the 2 smaller one, or this one just in half. And then I'll see how much of it I need. This chain is from my own stash. This chain is from the box, but I didn't have enough chain left over from the box after I did the necklace and some other stuff I've done. So I pulled a little chain from my stash, but I think it matches. I don't think that you can really, tell that it's not going to stand out as being weird, I don't think. Okay, so we're going to need, I'm using 4 of these barrel beads. And did I have another? I thought I had 1 more of those left. Maybe not. Okay. I don't know if I'll use 3 or 4. I don't know why I thought I had 1 of those left, and now I don't see it, but okay. I was going to use it if I did. Okay. I'm using 3 of the faceted agate. I've got 4 of the tiny rondelles, 2 of these bicones. That's all I had left. 3 pearls is all I had left, and 4 of these little rondelles. And we may pull in another of the agate or another of these couple, but the ones that's all I've got, then obviously that's all we're going to use. So that's all I've got. Okay, and I think that is everything you're going to need. So these are very, 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 very simple little bracelets, okay? They're not difficult. And I'm going to pull these 3 longer ones out and these 6 out. And we're just going to concentrate right now on making the focal. Okay, the middle pieces. So we're just going to need these beads and the wire. Everything else we'll pull out. Okay, so I'm just going to take one. I'm going to make wrapped loops on these. Okay, so that's very simple. You bend this, take the wire, come down. I'm coming down about 1.5 inches probably. Bend it 90 degrees, just like that. Now, I don't want my loops to be huge, so I'm coming just right here on the bottom of my round nose plier, and I'm coming up and over, just like that. And then I'm going to rotate my plier up, vertical. And then I'm going to take this and come right under. Straighten everything up the best you can, and when I pull that out, I have this little loop. Okay? I'm going to take my chain nose and grab it, my other chain nose pliers, and I'm just going to wrap around a couple of times, keeping my loops or my wraps tight together up here. I don't like to do a whole big bunch of wraps, not on this kind anyway, so I'm just going to go around about twice And then I'm going to cut this off. Okay, I'm going to take my pliers and tuck this in. And you can take your plier and push these together if they, you know, aren't together enough. But make sure, and I like to use my crimpers for this because it makes the tucking very easy. They go right in there. Okay, so there's our one end. Okay, now I'm going to take a pearl and put it on here. I think, please tell me this will fit on 20 gauge wire. Okay, there we go. Whew, that kind of scared me. The bicone, another pearl, another bicone, and the last pearl. Okay, so there's what I've got. I am going to take this, come up just a tiny bit from the bead, just enough to make your wraps underneath, bend 90 degrees again. I may need to come up just a little bit more than that, actually. I just want to make sure that I don't, there we go, bend 90 degrees. Grab right in the bend here, come up and over, rotate up, come under, there's our loop. And it's long enough that I'm just going to do it with my fingers. I'm going to go around twice and trim it off, just like the other end. And tuck. All right. And there is my little middle piece. Let me scrunch these up just a tad. There we go. Okay, now we're going to do that 2 more times. So I'm coming up here, bending 90 degrees. Coming in here with my plier, up, over, and under. And then wrapping twice around. You can do it with your fingers. This wire is pretty malleable, bendable, though that didn't turn out too great. Let me scoot that up. It's better to do it with your pliers, clearly, but there we go. There we go. That's all right. Okay, now we're going to trim it. And we're going to tuck it. There we go. All right. Now, on this one, I think I'm just going to do a barrel bead, this rondelle, barrel bead, rondelle, and I want to keep these pretty much the same length, so I may do a barrel bead on the end, or a rondelle on the end, barrel bead, rondelle, barrel bead, and rondelle, so it's not too much bigger. Yeah, that's pretty close to that one. I want to keep them kind of the same, so we're just going to do our wrap on the other end, come up a little bit from our bead, bend 90 degrees, up, over, and under, and wrap a couple of times, 1, 2, and trim. Okay, there's our second one. You want to be careful that you just straighten them out there. Okay, so we're not going to use those two. Our third one, same thing, 90 degrees. I told you these were easy. Up and over, up and under. And we'll wrap, and I'll use my plier this time so I do a better job. It does give you a lot more control to use your plier, unless your wire's long. If your wire's pretty long, then you can just grab it, but it's better to use the plier, I think. Alrighty, tuck that in. we are going to do a, let's see, let's do this guy, rondelle, little rondelle, this guy, little rondelle, and this guy. Is that pretty close? Pretty close. They don't have to be exact, but you just want them to be fairly close. Okay, we're going to take and bend 90 degrees. Up, over, under, and wrap twice. Okay. Trim it off. And tuck. All right, so there we have our 3 little focals. We need one of those still. Okay, that's what we needed the ball head pin for. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to do 2 of these drops are going to go on these, and 1 is going to go on the last one. So for this one, we need to make a little, we're going to make the little drop to hang down in the middle like we did on this. See that? And we're going to do it, we did it on the earrings too. So we're just going to put this little rondelle on our ball head pin, and we're going to make another wrapped loop. So we're going 90 degrees down on the very end of your pliers. You want this to be small. Come up and over, rotate up, go under, and I am going to make like a little bead cap wrap on this. So a little spiral down the bead with my wire. I did this on the others, on the earrings and the necklace, so I'm just doing the same thing here. And you just spiral it down on your bead, and then just trim off the little edge that sticks out, okay? You can take your plier, tuck it, and there we have a cute little drop that's going to go right in the middle of our thing here. Okay, so now is where we have to decide. Let's lay these aside for a minute. We have to decide the length of the smaller pieces. So these bigger pieces are just going to be the size that they are. They're 6.5 inches. We're going to leave them right at 6.5 inches. The smaller pieces need to attach to the bigger pieces with a jump ring on the ends. So let's take our jump rings. We're going to go ahead and we are going to hook on one on each end of the bigger pieces. And I'm not going to close them because we're still going to have to hook a couple more things to them. I'm just getting them ready. So we're going to do one on each end of the bigger piece here. Just like that. Okay. Now we're going to take our other pieces and we have to measure. So this guy's going to be in the middle. So we have to attach this piece from here to here and make it fit evenly, okay? So we need a jump ring on this, and I'm going to use the little 3 millimeters for that one, just because I don't want them to be so big in the middle right there. So I'm going to attach this right here onto the jump ring, and this onto the jump ring. And I'm going to close this right up. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. With the little 3 millimeter jump rings, I'm going to attach this piece to this right here. Okay? Come on there. Okay, so there's what we've got. Just like that. And now these need to attach onto this piece, onto this jump ring. And so I'm just going to find the middle here. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it. I mean, you can do it, you can measure if you want, but it seems to me like it's not really necessary. You can just lay it down here. See, that one can go in right there. I'm going to close that up so I don't lose my place. Just like that. And then this one, we'll just stretch it out. can go in right here. And that is going to make this hang pretty perfectly like I want it to. So that's going to go right in there. Okay. And the reason I didn't do that and then measure my chain was I just ended up with a couple pieces of chain left, and so I just wanted to make sure that I would have enough. I was kind of worried about that. So now I'm going to cut my chain, these leftover little links. Okay, and there's what we have. Now, very simple. We're going to take our lobster, and we're just going to hook it on. You can hook the lobster directly onto the jump ring. Just open it back up. Put your lobster on. Get my pliers out of the way. There we go. And close it. And I could have put my lobster on a minute ago when I was doing this, but I just wanted to be sure that I would have enough room. I was a little worried that, you know, and I didn't want to lose my place either. So that's why I just opened it back up again. And then we're going to take this 12 millimeter, hook it right on down here. Just like that. So here's our little bracelet, and that one is supposed to hang out just a little bit like this. And we are going to add on now, so you want to kind of find the center of your bigger piece of chain, centered in here with your focal. So I'm laying it out like this, and I'm going to take a jump ring, and I'm going to hook, actually I have to use the little 3 millimeter jump ring for this, because this hole in this little charm right here is so teeny. The big one won't fit through it. So I'm going to hang this right here. I'm going to go right about here, which is pretty close to the center, or right at the center. And I'm hooking this jump ring right on there. Okay. So this is just going to be a cute little dangle. And then I'm taking another 3 millimeter jump ring. And I'm going to hook my little wire wrapped dangle right on there. I'm hooking it onto the jump ring that I hooked the teardrop on with. So there it is. Super cute. Okay, now you can bend these a little bit, the wire, just to make that kind of lay over the wrist a little bit better. And there's our first little bracelet. Now we're going to do the same exact thing that we did with this one with these other two. So super simple. We're just going to take this piece right here, put our jump rings on either end, and I may go ahead and put my lobster on while we're doing this, but right now I'm just going to put the jump rings on either end. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to take our other pieces, our shorter pieces. We are going to hook them to these with the little 3 millimeters. So we're going to do this one here. And this one on the other side. So just like this, close them up. Okay, there we have it. Find your center. Take this jump ring and hook it right on close to your center, or close to, you know, where you've got your thing laying. So you've got the center kind of in the middle there. And it, again, it doesn't have to be exact, but just really close. Oh, and I was going to go ahead and put the lobster on while I'm here, so we'll just do that. Put the lobster on, close it up. Come over to this side. I'm just going to stretch it out straight. Put this guy right about here. Put my 12 millimeter on. Maybe. And close it up. And then I'm going to trim my little pieces of chain. And I save all these little pieces of chain. I'll use them in other things, like little dangles later, or just whatever, you know, but I save all of them. So then we're going to lay this out, and we're going to take this piece, find the center, and I'm going to hook it on with the 6 millimeter jump ring. I like the 6 millimeter ones a little better because they're thicker, but it just wouldn't go through that little ring on that one, so I didn't have much choice but to use the 3s. And we're just going to hook this right on here. And here is our second little bracelet. And again, you can take that, kind of curve it if you want, just a little. And there we have our second one. So we're going to do the third one just exactly the same way we've been doing. Super easy. So we take our 6.5 inch piece, our 2 other pieces here. We are going to hook this guy on with the 3 millimeter jump rings. Just like this. Other end. Whoops. These are tiny. Sometimes hard to find the little spot where they open. Right in there. Close it up. Okay. Take our 6 millimeters. This one looks like I don't have too much left over on the ends. They're kind of fairly even, but go ahead and hook it on here. Find the center, which looks to be right about there. So yeah, I'm just going to hook this one on the end here. Pretty close to it. Come on, dude. Get on there. Hook my lobster on. And then this other end, I had a jump ring right there, didn't I? I'm going to take and hook on here. Okay, and I'm just going to stretch it out. And it looks like we need to come down about 4 lengths here and hook it right on. Well, oh my goodness, does not want to go through there. Stop it. Oh, behave, my goodness, why are you being so difficult? You're like a problem child. All right. The others weren't so hard. Why are you doing this? Get in there. All right, I'm about to get angry with it now. Come on. Stop it. Why will this not go in here? Every other one has worked. Okay, this is the same chain. No, I've used bigger chain, but still the 6 millimeter jump ring goes through there. know why it's having such trouble. Well, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut some links off. I'm going to go down about 4 and cut it off. And that might help because then it won't have that other link. It'd be taking up so much room in here, and maybe it'll fit through better. There we go. That's exactly what it needed. You were a troublemaker though. All right, we've got our 12mm ring we're putting on. Close this right up. And here is our third one. We need to put our little dangle on. Where's it at? Right here. So find your center again. And I don't know, I'm going to try to hook it on with the 6mm jump ring, but this chain is smaller than I don't think it's going to work. I'm going to do the 3. That chain's just tiny, that chain that came in the bargain bead box. My other chain was a little bit bigger, had a little bit bigger links in it. All right, here we go. Find your middle. And just tuck it right in. See, even the little 3mm has trouble with this chain a little bit when the links are on either side. Oh, come on. I have got things to do today. I don't have time to sit here and fight with you. There we go. We are leaving tonight to go see our new grandbaby who is in Richmond, Virginia. We're excited. Okay, so there's that one. All right, so here are our 3 bracelets. And you can stack them. So we can do 1, 2, and we could put him up here since he's got the same dangle as the other one. You could have the dangles going whichever way you wanted, obviously. And 3 really cute stackable little bracelets that match perfectly with our necklace and our earrings. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will link these 2 in the description box below. I do have a coupon code for Bargain Bead Box. If you're interested in subscribing, I can get you $2 off of your first month's box or $2 off in their sister store, whichever one that you want to use it for, but you can't use it for both. You can only use it once. So, yeah, check them out, Bargain Bead Box. I love them. They're one of my favorite bead boxes out there. I mean, look, it's just beautiful stuff. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.